Testing. 1, 2. And a 1, and a 2, and a 3.
5, 6, 7, 8.
We apologize about the delay, everybody. Having a little bit of just some complications on the back end of things.
Something new and different.
YouTube has kind of changed things up a little bit. And work was a little longer than anticipated. That's for sure. But we are up and running, and we're going to be running a little longer than... We'll run up to well over 8:15 or whatever.
What?
But we're going to... Yeah, because it's 7:16 now. What's up, Bad Brad? Jim Crumpy, how you doing? Thanks for joining us, and thanks for being patient. YouTube has been going through some changes, and we're just trying to jump on board with the new changes. Hopefully... the stream is a little smoother now on y'all's side and there's no lag. Y'all let us know in the comments as to whether or not that's true. But we're going to talk about simulated process and some of the mistakes that we come across.
The mistakes.
The mistakes. Some of the mistakes that happen, just some of the
actually that could
issues
be that
that
could be
you
a
run
thing.
into.
The must stakes.
Yeah, the mistakes.
That could be a better bump. Shh.
Yes, I
The mistakes
agree.
you must make.
You do have to. Even though it look, we might. What's up, Uproar? Just say
Uproar.
River.
You're alive.
I apologize. I probably butchered your name. But we're just going to talk about some of the, like today, for instance, we
Hi, Oscar.
had a job on press where I think I'm on the third set of screens on it, where it's like 7 screens, and the client came in, wouldn't know where his shirts were at, and everything else was ready aside from the one print.
That was my 5th walk-in for the day.
Oh yeah, it's been really busy
and you
today.
were gone for 4 of them.
Well, I apologize, Shannon.
No, you don't.
Well, I was getting stuff done. You know what I mean?
I know, but still, they always come when you're not there. And Michelle is handling cool as a cucumber, and I'm running around like a spaz, going ah, because she gets out of the car, and I'm like, oh,
My
bleep,
ears.
bleep, 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 bleep.
All right, so we're gonna switch. We're gonna switch over to both of the camera views. I'm having to change a couple things on the back end, so be patient with us. I apologize.
But no, be
Man,
patient with him. I have nothing to do with it.
I feel a little flustered right now because I'm having to change a few things. So, but
I just feel uncomfy.
let's get this party started.
I feel like it's very quiet.
It is very quiet because you're being very quiet. Welcome everybody. We appreciate you tuning in.
Why is it always my fault?
I don't know. Can I just point the blame at you?
No,
I
you
just feel
really can't.
Everything is Shannon's fault.
Yeah, otherwise,
No,
you're like this awesome business owner, entrepreneur, and I'm just I'm just the idiot, and bungling employee.
Ugh, I didn't say that. Hey, don't put words in my mouth there.
I'm
Shannon.
putting words in your mouth when you blame everything on me when I have nothing to do with why that's taking so long.
Man, I'm like looking at I'm not going to worry about it for now. I think we'll just roll with it. I'll go and fix everything. But we hope you guys had a great weekend and you had a great Monday today. Let us know over in the chat, whichever way it is from your viewing pleasure. Let us know what's been going on in your shop. Also, how your weekend was. Anything new? Let us know because we would love to hear, and we'll kind of fill you in on what's going on around here as far as how things are working out with Mario, what kind of jobs we've had coming through the shop. And
I'm getting blamed for everything.
she's not getting blamed for anything. I'll fess up. I'll man up to my mistakes. what are we even talking about anymore? I'm like so kind of like
You're frazzled.
I am because now, oh man, I'll tell you it. Not that this part of what we do with the YouTube channel, not that I make it ever look easy, but it's definitely not. It's definitely kind of difficult to drive all this stuff, but it's neither here nor there. Let's talk about some screen printing. We'll go over to the chat real quick. That's one of the things I'm like looking at the chat screen and everything's just kind of just bear with me while I kind of sort things out during this live, and we'll get there. We'll get there.
And on my end, I'm not gonna lie, guys, I'm still not wearing contacts, so if you see me like making like weird faces at the screen, just know I'm trying to see.
Shannon poked her eyeball out
With a stick.
I don't know that if that's anything to like really brag about.
I'm not bragging.
Not that it's like you're bragging or anything, but
It's just funnier to say stick.
That's Shannon. That's
yeah.
just that's Shannon for you. That's what makes her adorable. Is she pokes her eye out with pencils while she's drawing. She does 7-story. What is that called? We went to a water park and
Vulture.
she jumped.
It was the vulture drop or something.
The vulture drop and flung into. I gotta get that video up. I gotta get that up.
No, don't you
Y'all
dare.
want to see this video?
No, don't you dare.
Yeah, let us know in the chat if you want to see
No,
her hitting
guys,
the building.
no.
My mom was there, and Scarlett, our youngest, was there, and
I said a very bad word, and I told Scarlett she didn't hear it.
I could not stop laughing.
Yeah, you think that's like the worst part of it. Never mind that I like cracked a shin bone.
Oh, I knew you were fine.
You were cackling.
You're Shannon. If you weren't okay, I don't think that you would even be around, to be honest.
Well, just thank my mother. She made me drink a lot of milk as a child.
I don't think that has anything to do with it. Your mom is right in the sense that you've got probably about 20 guardian angels looking after you. Either that or you're a cat and you're about to use up a lot of your 9 lives.
I have a lot of cats then.
You are a lot of cats, I guess. But can you see the chat okay, Shannon? You want to go over and...
Only if I make a funny face.
Let's go over to the chat and see what's going on. Who's saying what, and you want me to dive in here?
I can figure out what I'm looking at.
But Matt, what's up, Matt? I hope that video helped you out. By the way, if there's anything you need some help with, and I can make a video for you guys, just let us know. Matt had a question about screen sticking to shirt sticking to the bottom of your screen, so just let us know. It gives me some ideas and some things to throw out there for you guys, because I mean we're printing daily, and if there's anything I can do to help out, I'll try and shoot something on the fly. It's the planned videos, not that any of these videos had hardly ever been planned anyways. I just kind of shoot things on the go. But if I can kind of show you how we go about doing something, just let us know. Let us know in the chat or the comments, and we'll get around to it. Aside from design stuff, at the moment, I'm just tied up with production.
Yeah, Michelle's been doing the design, but the thing about Michelle is she's still kind of new at it. So she's taking a little bit longer. But like she'll get up to speed just as soon as she needs to. But the thing is, she does beautiful work.
She does,
and so she'll get faster as she gets like more experience. We're training her to be our art something
art director.
Yeah,
art director. Yeah, we almost need another person in here just to do artwork.
I want a mini shop gnome.
All right, well, one thing at a time. We got Mario. Thank you so much, Uproar, for letting me know, because I have been struggling with that for a while. He's saying that it looks smooth.
Yeah,
so
I saw that.
I
saw that by doing this.
This change up on the back end of YouTube might be might be for the better. So awesome, because I can kind of see from the little, I don't even know what you want to call it, the YouTube studio on the back end. I've been kind of putting it off to be honest, because it's not easy. It's not easy, that's for sure. But I now I'm kind of wishing I would have done it sooner, because I can definitely tell that things are running smoother. That's for sure. And we're just in the green. We're in the green, Shannon.
I don't know what that means.
Normally on OBS I get a signal on the back, and it's normally going from red to green to red to green, and now it's just straight up green, and it's smooth. It's really
Whee!
I mean, it looks great all around. So thank you. Finally, just in time for Panda and his band to jam out in the shop. And
yeah, it was supposed to be last week, guys.
So speaking of, go ahead and tell them what's going on. I'm just going to kind of adjust more things on the back end here.
What happened was I got a call from Panda on Matt's phone, and I picked up and went, "Hi, Panda." And then we said hello 15 times. And turns out he wanted to reschedule because of, like, everybody's schedules were messed up because of the non-existent hurricane.
Well, I mean, better safe than sorry, right?
I was just,
and my heart goes out to anyone that has had to deal with that, because I mean, there's been plenty of times that we've been in the midst of all that.
Well, anyways, the hurricane was non-existent, so they decided to reschedule, and now it's for this weekend. We're going to get Michelle here with her fiance.
Is she actually coming?
I think she really wants to.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it'd be fun.
Yeah, so she's going to get her and Harry. Well, she's going to stay. Harry will come, and they're...
Oh, so she's just going to hang out?
She's going to try... she's going to hang out. Well, that's the plan right now. She's going to try to get her friends to come out, and we're going to figure out where to put everybody.
Yeah, and everybody... I hadn't really even thought about it, but everybody is going to... Anyone that shows up, masks and all that, and we'll have to figure out the social distancing thing.
I love my mask. Michelle made my mask. Look at my mask. It's so cute.
What is that a reference to?
Bleach.
You were supposed to let people guess, Shannon.
Oh.
Well,
everyone pretend they didn't hear.
We've talked about that already. I feel like we've talked about that, hadn't we?
But I haven't shown it. Did I show it? I don't even remember.
Yeah, you had.
It was probably on one of the really tired
that's
ones.
just terrible.
What?
Nothing. That you've already shown it.
All right, well, we got some stuff. Okay, I'm going to take this off because, honestly, this is irritating. I'm actually going to the movies, and I have to wear one of these because my daughter asked me for a mother-daughter date to the movies, which I hate doing, but she asked me for a date, and I went, heart melt. Yes, of course, I will.
That's how they get you.
Oh, my God. They do something so cute, and then you just go, I will do whatever you want right now. Just, I can't tell you that because I know you'll take advantage. But yeah, no, so my daughter is actually dragging me to the movies, and I'm gonna have to wear a mask for 2 hours in a movie theater, and
so worth it though. So
worth it.
Totally
I love
worth
her
it.
so much. Okay, let's see.
Maybe one of these days the kids will actually watch the live.
You're cute.
Hopeful.
Oh, Val! Thank you. We got a super chat.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, I've been on the. I'm just trying to adjust some things.
All right, I'm
gonna
go through everything.
We really appreciate that. Thank you.
Hi, Oscar. Mr. Rivers says that he's getting a new auto. Congratulations!
Awesome. What auto are you getting? What did you get?
But hi, Val, too. Also, and thank you.
Well, let us know what you got. Did you just mention it, Shannon?
No. He said he's just getting one tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
That's an amazing deal. That's an ordeal for a day. Or 5.
For a couple, 2 or 3 weeks. What do you mean a day? That's
Nemesis t-shirts. Hello, Mikey. Big hug from Brazil. Big
Oh,
hug from Houston, Texas.
We appreciate it. All the way from Brazil. That's crazy. Like, it just blows my mind sometimes. You're tuning in all the way from Brazil, and we really appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, it's
Amato. Oh, Amato.
A what now?
Amato.
Amato?
Amato.
Amato.
Martel Printing. We've done 2 orders for him.
Okay.
The Puff.
No, yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. All right.
Sorry. I'm still just adjusting things and trying to talk at the same time. But thanks for tuning in, man. It's and for swinging work our way. We really appreciate it.
Hi, Gordon. What's
up, Gordon?
We're doing very well, minus my injuries. Matt keeps beating me up.
You better shut your mouth before someone thinks that that's true. You know what, Shannon? I ought to go over there and don't make me come over there. Y'all. Yeah. If only you guys knew. Shannon.
I walk into walls. Anyways.
Well, I think walls walk
I am
into
the
you
only
at this
person
point.
that has learned to like bungee jump sideways. Okay, so anyways, Waldo.
Hey, what's up, Waldo?
Been a while.
He's been commenting here lately. I'm sure he's probably been busy.
Well, I can't see, so I wasn't able to see last time either because I can't put my contacts
No,
in.
what I'm talking about is just comments in general on the channel.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go over, and I haven't really had a whole lot of time to just kind of catch up and see what everybody's been up to.
And honestly, like, you know, a lot of times we're getting emails, and what I say is just go to the YouTube. You're more likely to get a response because I have to explain to you about the emails, and then you yell at me for telling me to check your emails.
What? What are you talking about?
You answer the emails. I'm like, I can't respond to this.
It's not that I'm yelling at you about anything. It's just I'm still in the process. I'm in the process of still getting and we're almost there. Like we
are almost there.
Even after even though
we're late with the order today.
A week. Yeah, well, that's part of just getting caught up there. I mean, we can't there's only so much we can do in the day. It's almost to the point towards where we really need another auto.
I would say let's take them up on the other thing and keep the other one and move in April.
Move? Yeah, but
I don't
peak season's like almost.
I don't want to paint again. I like it here.
Yeah,
I installed these floors. Well, I didn't personally do it, but I was the one that was like, hey, so we just got the auto. Can we redo the flooring? Because you put a hole in it. Hulk smashing the plotter.
Who Hulk smashed it?
You Hulk smashed the plotter.
I don't know what you're talking about. Put a hole in the
carpet. And then I just decided, hey, maybe we should get wood flooring. And we painted it. It was so pretty.
Well, that plotter did its time, and let's just say that yeah, it started malfunctioning on a day it shouldn't have.
That's a nice way of putting it.
I showed it.
It did not read the atmosphere when it decided to quit on us.
Okay,
he was
I
in such a bad mood that day.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
You Hulk smashed.
I did Hulk smash.
You don't Hulk smash when you're in a good mood.
Who does? Does anybody?
Yeah. So
I mean,
just saying,
unless
it's not
that's just kind of like your thing, then yeah, sometimes you need to break stuff like a Limp Bizkit song, or is that the?
So if I'm in a bad mood, am I allowed to break something?
Yeah, I mean, you already broke your eyeball. What else do you want to break, Shannon?
Well, nothing particular at the moment, but if I'm in a bad mood, I feel like I need to have an allowance to break something.
Go for it. Just make sure it's not too expensive. You better stop looking around. What are you doing?
Okay.
Nothing needs to be broke around this. Go over by the garbage can and find something by the garbage can to break, okay?
I'm actually blushing.
You don't need to be breaking anything around the office.
Will you please do the chat?
Almost. Just give me about 1 more minute. I'm almost finished.
Oh my god.
Getting all situated with all this stuff here. Almost there, Shannon. So, yeah, just keep on going. You're doing great.
I don't even know where I now since he called me out that I was actually investigating things that I could destroy.
Yeah, no, you can just stop right there. You don't need to go breaking things around the shop, okay?
Yeah, well, you broke equipment.
I know Limp Bizkit is your favorite band.
Yeah.
It's your favorite group.
You broke equipment. I was thinking more like a cup.
Well, you know,
I had a dream that you used that cup your mom bought you.
It was a necessity because otherwise you would have not let me get the plotter that we needed instead of the
There was no let.
$150
There was no let.
cheapie that we had.
There was no let.
Okay, I think I got it. Oh yeah, there we go.
You informed me that we were going to get it, and I told you I was going to throw up, and that was about the end of it.
What, the graph tech that we have now?
Yeah, the one that we got for 7 shirts.
Yeah, and the thing's amazing.
Yeah, I get that, but there was no let. That's all I'm saying. You announced it, I threw up, and then we got it.
Yeah, this is how it should go.
I'm just saying there was no let. Wait, and no!
Sometimes when you need things, like a plotter or a new embroidery machine,
you should sit down and discuss it with the person that's also working in the business with you and say, hey, do you think that this is a good idea?
I disagree. A little bit. I disagree.
Yeah, your name's on the door. Be like, you know what? So is my tagline.
You know, that's not even what I was going to get to. The point is, I think, is a business that's growing, and
I'm not disagreeing. It was a good idea. It just made me nervous, and big purchases always make me nervous.
Oh, they make me nervous too. But I'm just like, let's do it, and there's always more money to be made, especially if it's not taking up as much time.
You really hated that thing. Anyways, okay, see.
It was fine. It did. You know, it actually did fine for what it is. Little $200-$300 plotter.
It got us through what we needed to when we were starting to get into HDV.
It paid itself off like within the first job.
Well, so is this.
Yeah, so
I know. I just get nervous.
Everything kind of pays for itself, really.
Both autos made me nervous.
Well, they're paying for themselves.
Yeah, I know.
And then the next piece of equipment we get, whatever that may be.
A house?
Embroidery machine.
House.
Embroidery.
We're going to build a house next. I think that I've been more than patient.
You have. However, Shannon, we've got to just keep growing the business. So that way,
if we keep growing the business and reinvesting everything in there, then what's left for us?
Profit in our pocket.
Profit in the profit in the pocket that goes directly back into the business. I think that we need to do the house.
Yeah, we still got a little.
Marry
more.
me, goddammit.
We still got a little more. Not with that mouth. You better be patient and pump the brakes there.
All right, so let's see what the chat.
You got to be part of the vision.
I'm not.
I'm just messing with you. Well, just keep rolling with it, and one of these days I might ask you where my socks are at. Anyways, let's go over to the chat. You know how many times we've made not Shannon, Michelle uncomfortable today with our banter? One too many. Let's get caught up on the chat.
Michelle is recently engaged, and now they're actually finalizing wedding plans. And I told her, Matt wasn't in the room, but I told her, I was like, you do not understand the can of worms of passive-aggressive comments that you're opening up for the next year.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to go through the chat here, and I want to say some hellos to the people. Val, what's up, Val? Bagware. Karen, a.k.a. Karen, glad to have you. Rye Beats, how you doing? Scooby-Doo. Namizi's t-shirts. I hope I said that right. I know Shannon's already said hello to a lot of y'all, but I just want to say hello myself. Let's see what else we got here. Everybody kind of saying hello to one another. Michael Applewhite says, let's see. Let me get to Scooby-Doo here first. Matt, what graph tech did you get? We have it's a CE 6060 plus. I have to look at it.
It's Japanese and adorable.
It's a great plotter. Let me take Shannon's camera here real quick, and I'll show you. But that's the plotter there. It's a nice little machine. It's pretty easy to use.
It makes circles.
It does all kinds of things. So here you go, Shannon. But we got that. It's a 24-inch, and I've done a lot of things with the stickers. So we've done quite a bit of vinyl for business doors. We've done banners. We've put it on banners. I wouldn't say entire banners, but little portions.
We've done car decals with it.
Yeah, vehicle decals. Did an entire trailer, almost like you would do a vehicle wrap. But mostly we use it for heat pressing. We're about to do
Was that the time we had the fight because I thought you were gonna die?
We didn't fight. It took me 2 days to.
But you kept coming in, and I thought you were gonna die, and then you got mad at me for thinking you were gonna die.
Oh, it was so hot. But I enjoyed it though, even though it was hot. It would have been nice to like have a shop to pull it into some AC and not to be in the sun beating down on you.
It would literally have to be in the office.
And so that's something else for us to think about here in maybe next year once we get a bigger shop, is perhaps something with AC. Maybe the entire building could have AC because it's just been
it's been too hot. Matt and I were actually talking about this. Like I'm always out there to be in the shop with Matt. I'm always out there. He says, "Hey, you need to come stack these. You need to come grab the shirts, count them." I'm like, "Fine." This August, I just been no. I'm not going out there. That's terrible.
I think you've kind of gotten used to being in the AC.
No, it's hotter. It's hotter out there than it used to be. This is a hotter summer. Probably
because we're constantly running the equipment now. We got a lot more equipment out there to add to the heat.
Well, whatever it is, like this is the first summer I've been like, no.
I do. Part of me does think that you just haven't been out there as much because it's just as hot as any other year.
It's not. It's really not.
It has been though.
I got sick out there the last couple times because I've been so hot.
You gotta hydrate too, though. You
can't just come out there
with your pink and blue cup, thinking that you're just gonna sweat what little hydration you have in your body out and play with the boys. You gotta hydrate and eat some food, for God's sakes. That'll help too.
Anyways, all right, let's go back to the chat.
Yeah. Anyways, let's not talk about that.
It's hot. It's hotter than yesterday was 102 and it's humid. Okay, and I'm on the ass end of a dryer that's burning 1,000 degrees.
I've been on the end of it here lately, but
I don't know how. I am not acclimated for warm weather.
What weather are you acclimated for?
Weather.
Hey, the weather outside's weather. All right, let's jump over to the chat.
Kevin. Oh, I feel like no. Wait. I
Well,
feel
what
like
did
there
Gordon
was a
say?
question. Well, Gordon said hi.
What's up, Gordon? Did I? I don't feel like I'm getting everything over here.
Val has a question when you have the time.
Okay, what's the
Well,
question?
first he wants to know if my name is spelled Shanon. Yes, it is.
It is.
Or shop gnome.
Her name's Shannon, but we call her Shannon the shop gnome.
Val, if you could repeat your question because I can't find it at the moment. So while you do that, I'll answer or announce another question. Kevin is having trouble with halftones exposing on screens. How important is the printer ink on the transparency? I think my ink isn't very opaque. Would you suggest a good source for ink?
Okay, let me read that back. I'm having trouble with halftones exposing on screens. How important is the printer ink on the transparency? I think my ink isn't very opaque. Would you suggest a good source for ink? I think, to be honest, you can use. We're using some pretty inexpensive ink here. It's actually ink off of eBay,
And it's recycled.
and it's got a waste tank and all that. It's not the most opaque. However, a lot of times what it comes down to is the settings on. What? Could you do that away from the microphone? Sounds like you're frying eggs over there.
Can the microphone not be this close to my nose?
Turn your head, woman.
Did you just call me woman?
I don't mean it like that. I apologize. Let me get back to the answering this question. So it normally has to do with your printer settings. You kind of want to set it on photo quality with a RIP software such as something like AccuRip. It'll give you the option to be able to kind of dial that in. So that's definitely something you want to look into. We use AccuRip Black Pearl, I believe it's called. I know they have Ruby out. It's probably time for me to upgrade, but Black Pearl's been working fine. So that will help you kind of dial that in the sense that it will print out a sheet that has the different droplet weights that you can select. I believe it goes from like 1 to 14 or maybe 15. And you just want it dense enough to the point towards where ink's not just running off the film. The film that you get also plays a huge factor in that as well. Again, we get Amazon film because we try to keep our costs as low as possible without sacrificing quality too much, because I haven't necessarily run into anything where I'm like, this isn't a good quality piece of film or ink. I think a lot of it just has to do with your settings on your printer in general. So kind of play around with your settings, do some test prints, some test squares, circles, whatever you want to do. And when you hold the thing up to a light, Shannon, when you hold the thing up to a light, it's okay if you can see the light a little bit. You shouldn't be able to see, it should be like having a pair of welding goggles on. If you're not familiar with that, it should be perhaps like trying to see in 5% tint on a window or something like that. So a little bit of light coming through isn't a big deal. However, if you look through it and it's almost like looking through a pair of shades, or you see streaks in it, it's not dense enough. And then also you need to make sure your print head is nice and clean. And once you're at that point, then you can start worrying about your halftones, and I would suggest a diazo emulsion for your halftones, because what a diazo emulsion does is it It does take longer to actually expose the screen. However, it's going to hold those details better than a high build, not necessarily high build, high solids photopolymer emulsion. Those are great for exposing screens really fast and just kind of simple work. We've completely switched over to just using Ulano TZ emulsion solely because we're able to do, not that we do a whole lot of water based or really deal with it whatsoever,
I think
but
my shirt's water based.
your shirt is water based. It might even be discharge. Can you feel it at
Mm-mm.
all? Or is it just this discharge then? But it'll allow you to do plastisol, water based discharge. I think for the most part, most companies deal with plastisol just because of the ease of use of it and being able to leave your ink out. But so I use that because it gets such great detail compared to a photopolymer with our style of exposure unit. Ours is a multi-bulb exposure unit in which sometimes with the photopolymer it can kind of undercut the image, meaning that when we expose it, all of it's not completely rinsing out. And when it comes to halftones, photopolymer, unless you got like a really great single point light source unit, they a photopolymer is a lot easier to rinse some of those halftones out that are very important to do some simulated uh, work or CMYK, whatever the case may be. So a diazo is a lot more forgiving. It does take more time. However, you'll get better detail. Go back to some of our videos. TZ Ulano emulsion. It's kind of been my go-to for quite some time. You will see, because it does hold detail that much better, that pinholes will start to be more of an issue if your glass isn't completely clean. I mean, aside from that, just get your film dialed in with the proper settings. The higher quality, the better. Sometimes you can sacrifice some of the, not necessarily the quality, but how dense it is to crank the film out a little faster. And then the good diazo emulsion, get those times dialed in. Aside from that, it's just a matter of really knowing how to separate your artwork, which brings me to something I want to talk about, which I know a lot of you guys and gals see us doing these simulated process prints, and we make it kind of look easy. And a lot of times, if it's something that sometimes the jobs that look pretty complicated aren't that complicated, but then something that isn't can be a real pain in the butt. And here's a couple examples that we're working on today that were just absolute fails. It's not necessarily a failure. I wouldn't call it a failure. More of a learning experience.
Let's call him.
So let me switch the camera view over real quick. So that way, hopefully you guys can get a little bit better of a view. But this was the first run of this. I'll post not a video, but a hopefully y'all can see that okay. But it's really dark. It doesn't look like it should look. Let me see if I can't. Yeah, it's supposed to be purple rather than this blue looking. This wasn't all that bad, aside from the fact it's not the right color. So some of the
fact that it doesn't look right.
Yeah, let me go over in front of Shannon's camera because I think it's a little bit brighter than mine.
I have a bright camera. It highlights everything.
There's not enough light on my side over here.
There's too much light on mine.
So here we go. This is what it looks like here. Still kind of dark. I don't know. I'm trying to get some light on it. Just
wow, you can from an outsider view, I have a lot of junk on my desk.
You always have a lot of junk on your desk. That's nothing new.
I mean,
And
that's like
then
a holy crap lot.
here's the second attempt with it.
You
It's
taking it over here too?
it's the purple. No, it's okay. It's the purple that it should have been. Let me see if maybe I can't use my phone to get some better lighting on it. But
Oh, come on, show off my messy desk again.
the purple is a lot better. I don't think that's helping any. The purple color is a lot better, but it's still dark and it's losing a lot of the details that should be in there. And so that was attempt number 2. And I'm going to go over to my desktop to kind of show you what the separations are looking like at this point. And it is a process. I never, even though there's all these softwares out there, I mean, I'll be releasing my own version of it.
There's
never,
a question about that, by the way.
It just as soon as I get a moment to finish it, there's a few things that I still need to just dial in, really, to make it as user friendly as possible, towards where you can click a couple buttons and you're done with it. And this is probably one of the reasons I've just kind of been really not necessarily hesitating to release it, but it's going to bring up a lot of questions, and it comes down to really just kind of doing your homework, just practice with your separations, knowing your programs. But let me go over to the
Matt
separation
is all
here.
self-taught, which I think is fascinating.
I watched a lot of videos when initially when I first got started with screen printing. And that really was just kind of a launching pad for taking what I already knew in with graphic design and what little screen printing experience I had at the company I worked for that screen printed on latex balloons. I knew how to do one color stuff, two color stuff with no trap, no. I'm familiar with overprinting, or let me rephrase that. I was very familiar with CMYK process, overprinting, spot colors, and all that. Just dealing with having that 15 years experience in graphic design and preparing things for pre-press, doing press checks on offset jobs and all this stuff. I feel very fortunate to have the experience that and what I've learned from working in print media, really, because on paper, and I'm talking about paper here, when you think about shirts, it's really it's not a whole lot different aside from the fact that t-shirts will only hold so fine of a dot. I mean, there's printers out there in shops that can hold up to like something ridiculous like 82 line screen, which is pretty high for a t-shirt, because newspaper print is 65 LPI, which you look at newspaper print, it's like, oh, it looks fine. And I mean, most of the time around here we're doing 42, 45, maybe 55 at the most, depending on the print.
I'm not gonna lie, it was the coolest second date ever.
I think so too. I mean, and I enjoyed showing you, Shannon, on our second date what I did, and
I only
but
got
let me-
half the Hulk guy.
let me go and I'm gonna show you guys what I think this is open. No, I don't think it opened up. Let's see. But with simulated process or spot process in general, I think I'm bogging my computer down a little bit, so I apologize if things are starting to lag on y'all's end. And I'll just kind of walk you through how some of this stuff is essentially how when separated. And I think, I don't even know at this point. It might, this might be. I kept telling everybody, "Oh yeah, just telling Mario, this is gonna be it right here, man.
I heard
This,
you saying that.
yeah, this is it." And he's like, "Yeah, that's what you said the last time," because he's the one out there reclaiming screens, and I done burnt through a whole cabinet worth of screens
You're
doing.
back in here, and he's still out there.
Yeah, and he gets it, but at the same time, don't get me wrong, reclaiming a screen, coding, all that stuff, it takes a lot of time, and then getting it on press to find out it doesn't work. So here's what it looks like. Here's what the separations look like. We got our shirt color here, which is essentially just the color of the garment. And I'll kind of walk you through it. We have our white base, and then we have, here's a purple, here's a lighter purple, and then we have black as well, and then we've got a gray.
Okay, so you've got to explain this to me
Turquoise.
because you said when I tried to count something earlier, you said it was the same tone, so it would stay the same.
But I theoretically, so as what Shannon's talking about, you glance at something because, I mean, this looks like a pretty monotone looking print, right? But
I would look at that as like the same, like a lot of that would be the same tone. I counted 6 colors.
right, but here's some just little minute details that are the. Let me go over to the client's image and show you exactly what I'm talking about. And I mean, they obviously went in here and put some green and turquoise. I mean, it looks like green for the most part.
So I need to redo it for an 8.
No, it's 7 at the moment.
Okay.
All right, and there's a little bit of that color here in this zombie's leg and all that. The thing where I'm like, yeah, I might be able to get away with doing this purple with one color. Well, it didn't quite work out that way. Sometimes you can kind of use blue and a magenta color and overprint those together, and this would work out. However, in this case, it just wasn't working out, so I had to rethink how to go about separating this. So what I did was I went back and I was like, I'm just going to take it down to the basics, and you can go over and watch some of my videos where I kind of take you step by step how to do some of this stuff.
And it's funny though, because this seems like a simple print.
It seems like it, but it's
not.
It's a little complicated. And so what I did is I went to the red here, and I just selected that, made again, go to our tutorials, and I'll walk you through all of it. But I'm just going to explain quickly how I did this. But I took the red channel because it seemed like the channel that it wasn't too bright to work off of for a white base. Green was just a little too dark for me, so I went with the red, made my white base off of that. It might not look like it, but I've already changed it up a little bit. So I worked off of that, did my white base, and then pulled some of the purple out. As you can see here, I made a couple swatches because I'm like, I know I got these 2 colors here in-house already mixed up. So I tossed those on there, and I'm like, well, let me see what I can do to pull some of these colors out using these 2 colors. And that led me to the first purple here. Here's what I pulled out, and then the next was that lighter purple. And then the black is where things really start to happen. And again, that is just using a color selector and pulling the black out. I've got plenty of tutorials out there for you guys to go and check out. If you want me to do a tutorial again on how to do this kind of stuff, let me know. And then we got our gray, which just kind of, rather than trying to use your white to make these gray tones, let me just show you real quick what these gray tones look like and where it's really going. It's a lot of the transition type stuff. And it does help kind of really, like, say for instance this moon here, the gray in the text, and also some of these areas here. And then we have our green here. I haven't marked as turquoise, but I'll probably end up just printing this as green, to be honest. Sometimes I'll get things on press, I'm like, oh yeah, that looks more like a turquoise. But I'm like, nah, that doesn't look like the image, so I'm going to go back and then change the color while on press. And then last but not least, we have a highlight white. I put a video up here recently showing how to kind of keep your screens from sticking to your t-shirts. And one of those things is creating a highlight white to really make those white tones just kind of bright, rather than doing a print flash print and then stacking your colors on top. And so what I'm looking at here with this white highlight is, it's just the areas where it's essentially just a really bright white. There's times where you can use that white highlight to overprint. Like if you're doing flesh colors, you definitely need it to, because you would put your white down, your red, yellow, and then a highlight white, and all those kind of wet on wet just mix together to make a nice flesh tone. So the moral of the story is, I'm going to switch back over, Shannon, so if you want to participate and get off your...
I can participate now?
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely can. So the moral of all this is really just, even though it looks like it's easy, it's really not. Sometimes it is. Once you get used to doing all these separations and whatnot, there's certain jobs that are just going to go smooth. But just know that even me, not that I'm like some sort of wizard at anything, I think you guys...
I always call you a wizard.
You guys can do just as well as I can. It's just a matter of dialing all that stuff in and just getting the experience of making these mistakes. And you know, this is an experience that I'll take with me, and next time I see something like this, I'm gonna be like, no, that's not 4 colors, 5 colors, whatever the case may be. We need to have a little bit of cushion room for maybe 7, 8,
So are we
9
gonna start
screens.
talking about how to quote for cushion room?
That will be another video on actually quoting.
No,
right?
I'm asking if we're gonna talk about that, like cushion room for extra colors. Like, say you're not here, like you weren't when he was, and I counted 6.
Yeah, I definitely think it's something that we need to talk about when it comes to looking at an image and kind of pricing it out.
Originally you said that my count was on.
Yeah, I did.
Mm-hmm.
But getting on press and what actually translates to the print is
okay. Well, we're gonna have to figure out how to present cushion room to a client then.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I don't disagree whatsoever. So, and also, I think it's a great learning experience for us, as Shannon mentioned, that it's kind of not that it's up to me to be like, hey, yeah, it's going to be 6 colors, that's going to be 7 colors. With what I do artwork wise, and Michelle, she still needs some training in that sense, that just having an eye for it. And as we get caught up with everything, it'll be great getting her a little more involved, or just up to speed.
Wants to be.
And I want her to be too.
I know, but I really think she's eager. I think she's eager.
I think we're all kind of just manning our positions right now and just trying to get.
I think we're trying to keep our head above the water.
Just trying to get over this hump of
bottleneck.
It's not a bottleneck. It's
It was
We're
it was
bursting out
quiet.
the seams and trying to contain it.
Yeah, we
And
were
we're
quiet for a second, and then all of a sudden, bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, but that was back in April during COVID.
It
The
happened again.
shutdown.
It happened again during July. It got a little bit quiet, and you and I were kind of like looking at the books, going, "Hmm." And
No,
then,
in July there was never one point where I was like,
okay, June. Then it was one of the
June
J's.
either.
It was one of the middle ones.
no, I disagree. If you felt that way, I did not, because I felt overwhelmed with the amount of
I
things
felt
we were already behind on.
I was quiet. My end was quiet there for a hot second.
Well, we can both agree on that. This year has been a little bit of a roller coaster ride.
I think despite
So-
COVID, we are doing better than ever, minus the late days.
Yeah, so
But
there's-
I think that we're doing really, really well. I think that it's awesome. I feel like this part needs to be part of the montage of we have so much to do.
Yeah, definitely. But what she's referring to is I'm working on kind of like a little bit of a growth video, and how all this started from essentially having no money to where it's at now. So it was just a little bit of a what do you call that? A side hustle. All
right, so
Yeah,
do you want to
so-
go through? We've got some comments, and it's getting to the point where I want to kind of wrap it up. Go grab.
Yeah,
Margarita
let's
Monday.
just.
Yeah,
Oh, so we're grabbing margaritas.
Margarita Monday.
Oh, okay. I'm not opposed to that ever. So,
Duh.
I'm just gonna touch on a few things, or Shannon, touch on a few things, and then I'm going to work on a couple things on the back end over here, and we'll wrap this up.
All right, so we're going to have me host for right now. I can tell a joke. Anyone want to hear a joke? Matt just told me a great joke.
I told you a couple.
I can only remember the one.
Okay. You want me to write it down for you?
No, I'd rather you tell it while I look.
It's about the why the.
Oh my god, the kidnapping! Did you guys hear about the kidnapping? It's okay, he woke up.
Oh, so Shannon, it's terrible. That's the worst dad joke I've ever heard in my life.
You told it to me, Dad.
I did.
Okay, so guys, if I'm not getting to your comments, I apologize. We're trying to wrap things up. Mommy needs a margarita.
Did you just say mommy?
Yeah, we
Holy
had
crap,
the
Shannon.
kids yesterday. I'm
Oh
sorry.
my gosh.
We were with the kids yesterday, and I was looking at them going, Mommy needs a margarita.
Mommy needs a margarita.
Daddy needs a margarita.
Oh my lord. Anyhow,
You know who hasn't been on tonight? Tommy.
my mom. Oh, Tommy, yeah, he definitely hasn't been on. My parents.
I've already accepted my parents won't watch.
Support me.
I've accepted my parents won't watch.
What now?
My parents hate me.
Your parents don't hate you.
I know. They love me very, very
They
much.
just can't
they're the one.
stand
They're
you.
the most. I was about to say they were like the most wonderful parents in the world.
They're irritated by you. That's all.
Just my dad.
No, your mom just absolutely adores you. Your dad loves you, although you get under his skin.
I have that habit on certain males.
And that's only because you don't know when to bail out when he wants his they've had you in their life long enough. You're out of the nest. Move over so that
It's
way
only
they
been
can
33 years.
they can enjoy some
Or-
time
Am I 33 or 34?
together.
I don't remember.
That's all. That's what I get. That's what I get out of all that.
I get leave her alone. She's mine.
Yeah, pretty much. All right.
Anyways,
Is there any more
my
comments?
parents are the best parents in the world. Like, oh my god, you have no idea. Like, even now they spoil me. So let's go back to the mommy, daddy. If you ever watch this, I love you very, very, very much.
I love you more.
You don't.
And we're not even blood.
Did you say that during the fight?
No, that was another reason. Yeah, it can go either way. It wasn't even a fight. It was more like bickering.
She was sad. Okay, so High Class says you're an inspiration to him.
Thank you. Well,
He decided to buy his own silk screen machine to help his company.
Oh, nice. That's awesome.
That's awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats.
And thank you
Let us know.
Matt's behalf.
Sorry, Shannon. I didn't mean to cut you off. But yeah, just let me know if you have any questions. I'll do my best to get... like Shannon mentioned, leave them on... You can leave it here on this video. Any of the videos. By the way...
like, subscribe, blah,
yeah,
blah,
like,
blah,
subscribe.
blah, 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 blah.
You know what, Shannon? No margarita for you, dude. You're cut off. That's not cool. We're just trying to get people to help support the channel and all this hard work that myself in particular put into it.
They love me more.
Oh, okay. Yeah. This is true. I'm not going to. Once you get back to them comments, as a matter of fact, I think you've made enough comments. All right, I'm gonna go over
You're so pretty. I love you so much.
I'm gonna go over to the chat while Shannon, the shop gnome. Do you want to continue? Or should I continue as you?
Oh, please. Let's do an imitation of Shannon the Shop
Hi,
Gnome.
I'm Shannon the Shop Gnome. Whee! Okay, let me go over to the chat. No, I don't want to.
No, that's actually pretty good. I really want to hear more.
Man, I thought there was 2 Shannon the Shop Gnomes in there. What's going on? But I'm just gonna go over real quick.
There were a couple questions I saw.
All right, let's answer these questions real quick. We apologize, guys. We're having a lot of fun here, and we appreciate all y'all for tuning in. Shannon, she probably is a little buzzed at this point.
What?
Was interested in
I'm not
being a frat pledge during my earlier years as Eddie Jr. So some sort of conversation going on here. And I'm glad you guys are having a good time in the chat too. It's awesome to see the community that is the screen printing community and everybody just having a good time with getting to know one another. I have only just got here, but can definitely say that I would love you to do a tutorial on this kind of job. And hello, Matt and Shannon. What I was showing separation wise, I'll see what I can't record on that, and we'll see how it comes out. Who knows? I might have to do a 4th set. But thank you, High Class, again. I really appreciate it. Again, let us know if you have any questions. Val's talking about it being 102. I know the feeling. And thank you so much for the love on the videos and all that. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I've been putting more content out this past week. I'm going to try to keep the ball rolling. I thought about perhaps challenging myself and vlogging every single day, but I don't think that's possible right this very second. But I will vlog more often. Maybe Wednesdays, Thursdays, vlog it and upload it the next day. So, I mean, that's all I could see, Shannon, and it's getting late. We really appreciate you guys for tuning in. We can't thank you guys enough. We do really appreciate it.
Yeah, really, and it's so much fun to get on here and just be us with you guys.
Yeah.
And be a little bit like less than professional than we have to be with our clients and stuff, and just joke around.
By the way,
I'm not Buzz Whiskey.
I'm sure you guys have seen, and we talked about it a little earlier about the live music performance thing, but Wednesday, I promise, if Panda lets us down, I'm going to put in another band. It's not going to be a Wednesday, but...
Call Rick.
So this Wednesday, for sure, 8:30, no hurricanes heading our way that I know of at this moment. And
when do we know?
My heart does go out to everybody in Louisiana and everybody that's been hit by the hurricane. And tune in. Hopefully these guys can just kind of help relieve that. They haven't had the chance to play out in a long while as well. So please show your support for this is Panda's band. Panda,
and you guys
who works
know Panda.
Yeah. Panda, who works here occasionally to support his band, is what it really is. He works here to support his band and to help support his family a little bit as well. But
he's got a baby.
He does, and love the guy to death. They have some cool tunes, and it's a great opportunity not only for ourselves but for Panda as well, because we do print shirts for them, and I would love to do more shirts for bands. And it's a lot of fun meeting bands.
To do more shirts for bands.
So if there's any bands here in Houston, if you like what you see this coming Wednesday, let us know and we'll schedule a little something. I can't say it's going to be something that's going to be weekly, but maybe a monthly thing. We could have a new band on and do merch or something like that to try and help support them. I'll see see if the guys have a link or anything that we can share. If you want to show your love, buy a t-shirt. The proceeds will go to the band, obviously, and also it will help support us in a way because we will be printing the shirts. So having said that, we're going to get out of here. I am hungry. I'm exhausted. It's been a long day. We hope you all have...
And Whiskey, the shop gnome, is actually intending on going and getting tipsy.
There you go. We appreciate every one of y'all for tuning in. Wednesday, be sure to tune in.
Yes,
We'd really appreciate it.
Please tune in. It'll be awesome. You know, Panda's close to our heart. And if we haven't gotten to your messages, like Matt said, just put it in the comments. And I love you guys. And I wish I still ended things with a joke.
Well, you got one? You got another one? Otherwise, we're just going to get out of here. Come on, think fast, Shannon.
I can't.
All right, I'm gonna give you 5 seconds, and then we're out of here.
No, I don't have a new one.
Oh, that's
terrible.
Oh, turd
I want to
birds.
reinstate it. I want to reinstate the joke of the night.
All
at the
right,
end.
so Wednesday, 8:30, we'll have the band live. Keep an eye out for tutorials, vlogs, all that stuff. Let us know down in the chat what you would like to see. We do have one suggestion thus far. I'll see if I can't vlog the print that we're going to do and actually kind of walk you through that separation.
We've got two.
Until next time, we will see you next Monday, Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. that is. And if anything comes up, just keep an eye on the community tab. We'll let you know if for some reason something comes up where we can't necessarily make it. But we appreciate it, guys. And we'll see you Wednesday. We'll see you in a couple of days. Y'all have a good one.